The Trump administration's crackdown on immigration is impacting visa and green card holders, and in some cases, tourists. A number of European and Canadian tourists, including this woman from Vancouver, claim they were stopped at U.S. border crossings and detained at immigration facilities for days or weeks, they say without good reason. And some countries have updated travel advisories to the U.S., with Germany emphasizing to its citizens that a visa or entry waiver will not guarantee entry. And even the UK recently added a warning to its travel advisory, saying that anyone found breaking US entry rules could face arrest or detention. Let's bring in Kate Lincoln-Goldfinch now. She's an immigration attorney and the managing partner of Lincoln-Goldfinch Law, joining us from Austin, Texas. Great to have you with us. Let's just start with someone entering the country who's a permanent resident. How are their rights different than citizens returning to the US?
Well, both citizens and permanent residents have way more rights than visa holders. For example, a permanent resident can't have their status just revoked at the airport. But if they've been out for too long, or if they have a criminal history, or if they've engaged in certain protest behaviors as of late, they could definitely be sent to secondary inspection and questioned, and maybe even have their actual physical card taken away. But only a judge can order their status revoked or abandoned. That won't be ordered at the airport, but they definitely can be sent to secondary inspection and maybe even detained.
And what is the general advice you have for anyone entering the U.S. right now on a tourist visa, as far as what they should and shouldn't say when they're being asked questions by immigration officials?
So visas have a point of approval at the U.S. Embassy or consulate abroad, or they have a visa waiver program. But every time a visa holder enters the country, it's a new application for admission, and CBP officers can approve or deny or detain that person. So people need to understand what the parameters of their visas are. For example, on a tourist visa, you're not permitted to work. And some European travelers have tried to come in with indications that they might be here, to play music shows or to do tattoos for people. And these are things that will flag CBP officers to deny admission. And sometimes these detentions, especially as of late, can last for days or weeks in pretty difficult conditions. So it's really important for visa holders to understand the limitations on their visa and understand they're going to be seeking approval at the airport. If there are any questions, talk to a lawyer before you come in and make sure you've got everything clear and handled.
And Kate, I'm wondering, for people who are either green card holders or have a visa, they're coming through customs and they're asked to hand over their cell phone so that CBP can look into it. Has that always been legal? Is that common practice? And what should either person do in that circumstance?
So the legality of that is debatable in the courts. It is and has been common practice for several years now. People can decline to give their passwords to access their devices, but in all likelihood, if that occurs, their devices will be confiscated. And also their detention and questioning could be prolonged. So citizens, permanent residents, and visa holders also all need to understand that if there are any suspicions about them, then their devices, including their computers and their cell phones, could be checked. And if CBP can't access it, they might just seize the device.
And is there any limit to what CBP can look into in your phone, considering so many people have confidential information in their device?
I think that is debatable. Again, this is something that will have to be worked out in the federal courts, but CBP seems to be taking the position that they have no limits and that they can check anything they want to on someone's device.
Very important reminders for all travelers. Kate Lincoln-Goldfinch, thanks for joining us from Austin, Texas this morning.